Deep within the misty mountains of India, where the forests whispered ancient secrets, there stood a small monastery. It was home to an old monk named Master Suman, known far and wide for his wisdom and deep meditation practice. People believed he could see beyond the veil of the present, glimpsing the threads of destiny itself. One quiet morning, as the golden sunrise painted the sky, Master Suman sat beneath the Bodhi tree, lost in deep meditation. But as his mind touched the currents of fate, his heart grew heavy. A vision appeared before him, clear and undeniable. His youngest disciple, a kind-hearted boy named Anil, had only 8 days left to live. The vision struck him like a blow. Master Suman slowly opened his eyes, the weight of sorrow clouding his calm face. Anil, who had served the monastery with such devotion, so innocent, so pure, death was already waiting for him. After long reflection, the old monk made a choice. He summoned Anil to his side. His voice, steady but filled with hidden sadness, said, "Anil, you have worked hard, my child. I am granting you an 8-day leave. Go home, visit your family, see your loved ones. But promise me this, return to me on the 8th day." Anil's face lit up with joy. He had long missed the warmth of home. "Thank you, Master. I promise. I will return on the 8th day without fail." Master Suman nodded, forcing a faint smile. But as he watched Anil's cheerful figure disappear down the monastery steps, a deep ache twisted in his chest. He knew this might be the last time he would see his beloved disciple alive. Anil began his journey home, his heart light as the mountain breeze. The forest paths wound around ancient trees, and the songs of birds filled the air. He felt free, unaware that fate had already marked these 8 days as his last. By midday, the sun blazed overhead, and Anil's throat burned with thirst. He spotted a clear stream and knelt down to drink. As the cool water touched his lips, something caught his eye. Beside the riverbank was an ant's nest, a small mound of earth where hundreds, no thousands of ants bustled in and out, carrying food and working together in perfect harmony. Anil smiled, watching them for a moment. But then, his smile faded. He noticed the water level rising. The heavy rains from the mountains had swollen the river, and now the stream was creeping closer, inch by inch, towards the ant's nest. Anil's heart clenched. Oh no, if this keeps rising, the ants will drown. Most people would have shrugged it off. After all, they were just ants. But not Anil. Without thinking twice, he sprang into action. He gathered stones and twigs, creating a small wall around the nest. He took off his own clothes, stuffing them with dry leaves and dirt to build a dam. His hands bled as he dug a tiny trench, diverting the water flow away from the fragile mound. Hour after hour, he worked in the sun, sweat pouring down his face, ignoring his hunger and fatigue. Finally, as the water rose and then began to subside, Anil sat back, exhausted but relieved. The ants were safe. Their home had been spared. He watched them for a while, feeling an odd sense of peace. "Small lives, but they matter," he whispered. Little did Anil know, that selfless act, done without any desire for reward, was already shifting the wheels of karma, rewriting the fate that even his master had foreseen. With the ants safe and his heart full, Anil dressed again and continued his journey home, never imagining that this simple deed had already bought him more days on earth. 8 days passed like petals falling from a flower, silent, inevitable. At the monastery, the old monk, Master Dhanraj, sat in deep meditation. But his heart was heavy. The vision he had seen was clear. His beloved disciple, Anil, would not live beyond these 8 days. As the sun dipped behind the mountains on the evening of the 9th day, Master Dhanraj rose and slowly walked through the forest paths. Each step felt heavier than the last. He whispered softly to the wind, "Anil, did you at least see your family one last time?" Suddenly, in the fading light, he spotted a figure in the distance, walking up the path, his steps strong and sure. The old monk blinked, his heart stuttered. It cannot be. But as the figure came closer, the truth became clear. It was Anil, alive, smiling and bowing before his master. "Master, I have returned as I promised." Tears welled in the old monk's eyes as he rushed forward and embraced Anil tightly. For a long moment, neither spoke. The forest itself seemed to fall silent, honoring this miracle. Then, pulling back, Master Dhanraj searched Anil's face. "Tell me, my child, what did you do during these days? Tell me everything. Leave out no detail." Anil, a little surprised by his master's intensity, began to recount his journey, how he had traveled through the forest, stopped by the stream, and saved the ants from the rising flood. He spoke humbly, as if it were nothing. "Master, I simply could not watch them drown, so I did what I could. Then I continued on my way." As Anil spoke, Master Dhanraj's eyes widened, his heart pounded. The truth unfolded before him like a lotus blooming in fast motion. "Of course, the karma," he murmured. "Your selfless act, saving countless tiny lives. It has rewritten your fate, child. The death I foresaw. It has been washed away by the river you diverted." Anil looked confused. "Master? I do not understand." Master Dhanraj smiled through his tears. "You were meant to die, Anil. The threads of karma had woven it so. But when you chose to protect life without seeking gain, when you saved those ants, you created a flood of good karma so powerful it drowned your own misfortune." He placed both hands on Anil's shoulders, his voice trembling. "You are no longer the boy who left this monastery 8 days ago. You are reborn, not through death, but through compassion." Anil's eyes filled with emotion as he realized the weight of what had happened. Not only had he saved tiny lives, but in doing so, he had unknowingly saved his own. His heart swelled, not with pride, but with a deeper understanding. Every small act matters. Every life matters. The two monks stood there as the stars appeared above, their hearts forever changed. That night, under the wide sky sprinkled with stars, Master Dhanraj and Anil sat together in silence. The air was cool, but their hearts were warm, connected not just by words, but by the deep truth they had both witnessed. Finally, the old monk spoke. "Anil, remember this. The universe always watches. Karma is not a punishment, nor is it a reward. It is a mirror. It reflects back to us what we send out, in ways we often cannot see at first." Anil listened, his heart beating with new understanding. "So, even saving ants can change my destiny?" Master Dhanraj smiled. "Not only yours, my child. Every selfless act creates ripples. The kindness you gave without expectation, it echoed through the unseen world. It erased your bad karma, protected your life, and blessed you with more days on this earth." Anil bowed his head low. For the first time, he understood the real power of compassion. It was stronger than fate, stronger than fear, stronger even than death. As days turned into years, Anil never forgot. He continued his practice, but now every action, no matter how small, was filled with care. When he swept the temple floor, he did so gently, mindful not to harm even the smallest creatures. When he saw suffering, he helped without question, knowing that the true path was not only meditation and prayer, but compassion in action. Years later, Anil became a great teacher himself. And when young students asked him, "Master, how do we remove bad luck?" "How do we find peace?" He would smile and tell them, "You cannot escape karma, but you can transform it, not by grand gestures, but by the simple, honest acts of kindness you offer every day. Save life, ease pain, light someone else's path, and yours will shine too." The story of Anil and the ants spread across villages and temples. People came from far away, hoping to learn the secret, and the message was always the same. Goodness protects, kindness transforms, selflessness saves. And so, in the mountains where one young monk once saved a colony of ants, many hearts awakened to a new truth, that no act of compassion is ever wasted, and no one's fate is beyond the reach of pure, selfless love. As Master Anil often said, when you save others, you save yourself. And so, dear listener, if life feels heavy, if misfortune lingers like a cloud, remember, the cure may not be far. It may lie in the next small kindness you give, the next hand you help, the next creature you save. For karma always watches, and when you give light, it comes back to shine on you.